When's the last time you made the drive from Winnipeg to the Half Moon restaurant in Lockport? Well, how about considering paddling there? That's what racers in the Red River Paddle Challenge will be doing on Saturday. Brad Friesens, the event's race director. Hi, Brad.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. Looks like you're going to get
Excellent.
good weather for this. How does this whole paddle thing work?
How does it work?
Yeah, who's
Well,
involved? How far do they have to paddle? Is it an actual race? Are there prizes?
it's a bit of everything. Yeah, first, it's an actual race, yes. So there are prizes for those that get there first. It's also just an adventure for others who just want to challenge themselves and have a nice day on the river, paddling from in Winnipeg here at the St. Mattel Park Boat Launch. That's where the race starts, and it ends 40 kilometers downstream at the Half Moon in Lockport.
Very cool. What kind of vessels can people actually paddle?
Basically anything, as long as it doesn't have a motor, if it's self-propelled, and you paddle it, you can paddle it in the race. That's our motto. If you can paddle it, you can race it.
How long do you think it'll take on average? Like, what's the range?
It's going to depend a lot on the conditions. So it's looking like I just checked, and now we're back to having a south wind, so that should help boost the paddlers along a little quicker. The river right now it's low, so there's not a lot of current to it, so it will take a little longer than say if you went in June when the river's higher. But we're kind of expecting our first group of paddlers to take around 4 hours or so. And then the slower paddlers, they may take anywhere up to 8 hours to complete it.
So 4 hours, that must be an experienced team.
Yeah, those are the provincial athletes that train out of the Manitoba Canoe and Kayak Center.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, they're.
I heard you can't have our dragon boat this year.
We cannot. No, last year we did. So this year, no dragon boat for obvious reasons.
Physical distancing and COVID.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. What unusual vessels have signed up this year? I understand there's some interesting paddlers.
Yeah, so we've got the standard we had last year, the canoe, kayak, stand-up paddle boards. New this year, we've got a monster stand-up paddleboard, which is a large stand-up paddleboard. I mean, typically you have one person on a paddleboard. We're going to have 4 people on this paddleboard.
Cool.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they do because it's not the most efficient boat to be paddling in the first place. It's more of a goofy toy thing for playing around on the beach and whatnot. So we'll see how they do.
I'm guessing if you're on that paddleboard, you're probably like halfway through just sitting on it and having a drink or something and hanging out and then getting up and paddling again.
Maybe.
How is it different this year? You did this last year, so do you have good uptake or?
Yeah. This our event sold out this year within 2 weeks of opening registration when we've had a wait list. We did have to kind of hold our numbers back this year because of COVID and everything, and just so the event doesn't get out of control. But I mean, for this year, we're doing a few different things: lower registration, as well as some physical distancing measures at the start line in particular, because that's when everyone is going to be together as a large group.
Any concerns? Because last year you had some Americans come up for this. And this year, of course, because of COVID, that might be a concern.
Yep, no Americans.
Oh, okay.
No, all Canadian event this year. Primarily all Manitobans. We have a couple athletes coming in from Canmore that are going to be doing the race, but basically all Manitobans.
How beautiful is it?
It's going to be amazing. All the fall scenery and everything. Yeah, it'll be nice.
Some people hear paddling down the Red or Assiniboine River, and it still kind of seems like a novelty. And other people say, "Ooh," right? There's that whole misconception. In my view, it's a misconception about the Red River, and because it's a muddy water, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something you wouldn't want to be on. What do you say to people about why you love paddling on our rivers?
I mean, it's just like you say, like it's just a misperception. The river's kind of got a bad rep because usually when you read about it or hear about it, it's in the news and there's some bad news around it. So it's nice to go out and have this event on there where people can get out and be like, they can get the experience and go and paddle it and see that this river's fine. It's in my backyard and I got this beautiful river I can go and paddle on. And one thing that was interesting about this event, to sort of promote people to get out paddling over the summer, we ran a couple of virtual events where people would go out and paddle different sections of the Red River and then log their time online. And it was neat to see people going out and doing this on their own and just recording the time and getting out and paddling, which is what we're all about, just getting people paddling.
I understand you're hopeful that this could be, it could end up being one of the premier paddle races in North America.
Oh, that'd be excellent if we could do that. Yeah, it would be great for Winnipeg, great for everyone.
Are there a lot of paddle races?
There are quite a few, yeah. The ones that we're doing, sort of the ultra distant ones, there's not so many of those, and people tend to travel to attend them, and they're unique in their own because they include all the different boat types. It's not just a canoe race. It's not just a kayak race. It's all inclusive of every boat type, which makes it really neat.
Well, I'm really glad that your date worked out for you because a couple weeks ago it might have been really cold, right? When we had that little bit of a
Oh,
blip. Yeah,
yeah, the crazy winds as well.
no doubt. Well, enjoy it, Brad. Thank you so much for being on the show early this morning.
Thank you.
That's Brad Friesen, founder and race director of the Red River Paddle Challenge. 45K, a race from Winnipeg to Lockport, so it is on Saturday. Registration's full already, by the way. As you heard, there's a wait list. People getting out in nature and taking part. But you can cheer them on from the various shores and various places we can watch that race go from the river.